What if everything you've been told about reality is just the surface? Imagine a simple black and cube-shaped that's been quietly shaping human history, consciousness, and control for millennia. This isn't some wild conspiracy theory. It's a hidden truth woven into ancient rituals, sacred sites, and even the skylines of the world's most powerful cities. Saturn, the god of time, judgment, and destruction, casts a long shadow. And his black cube is the key to understanding the invisible prison we all live in. You might have seen this cube everywhere, in corporate logos, monuments, religious sites, and even the infamous hexagon storm atop Saturn itself. But what does it really mean? Is it a literal cage trapping our minds, or a metaphor for the boundary society imposes on us? Or maybe it's both an ancient technology disguised as a symbol, influencing reality in ways we're only beginning to grasp. The answers lie in stories forgotten by time, rituals that summon ancient demons, and cosmic forces that challenge. Everything you think you know in the next few minutes, you'll step into a world where history meets mysticism. Science crosses with the occult, and the mundane reveals its deepest secrets. This is more than a story, it's an invitation to question, to awaken, and to reclaim your power from the shadows cast by Saturn's black cube. Ready to see what they don't want you to know? Ancient origins of Saturn worship in the burning deserts and ancient cities of the Middle East. A god named Saturn held a strange power. Not a gentle or kind deity, but one tied deeply to time, judgment, and destruction. Romans called him Saturn. A figure who ruled the cycle of seasons, harvest, and decay in one breath. The Greeks knew him as Kronos, a fearful god who devoured his own children to avoid losing power, a haunting metaphor for time's unstoppable hunger. Phoenicians, skilled in trade and mystery, embraced Saturn with secret rituals often whispered in the shadows, linking him to sacrifice and control. This god was no mere myth, but a symbol of cosmic order, one that commanded obedience through fear. Over centuries, the cult of Saturn evolved, becoming less about bloody offerings and more about silent symbols hidden in plain sight. One such symbol was the black cube, cold, unyielding, and mysterious. It began appearing on altars and monuments, slowly becoming a silent signature of Saturn's enduring influence. As empires crumbled, the essence of this worship remained, tucked inside rituals, architecture, and hidden lore. What if these ancient rites still echo today, shaping the unseen forces around us? The concept of time as a devouring force was central. To Saturn's cult, unlike modern clocks ticking forward, ancient peoples saw time as a cycle, constantly looping between birth and death. Saturn, or Kronos, was the ultimate judge of that cycle, demanding respect and sacrifice. Imagine living under a god who could erase your existence in a blink, like the shifting desert sands swallowing footsteps. This fear was embedded in rituals designed to appease him, from the Roman Saturnalia festival where social roles reversed, to dark offerings in Phoenician temples. Saturn's power wasn't just spiritual, it was political, used by rulers to legitimize harsh laws and punishments. This made the cult both feared and respected, a tool of control wrapped in divine authority. The black cube symbolized this harsh, unyielding order for equal sides representing the unbreakable laws of nature and society. It's a stark contrast to the chaos and freedom of modern life, where time feels both faster and more fragmented. Yet beneath our busy schedules, Saturn's shadow lingers, reminding us of limits and endings we can't escape. The Greek myth of Kronos eating his children isn't just a dark fairy tale. It's a warning about power and time's inevitability. Each swallowed child represented a moment lost to the past, a future consumed before it could come. This myth reflects the harsh reality faced by ancient peoples who lived close to nature's unforgiving cycles. Life was fragile, survival uncertain, and time's flow both friend and enemy. The figure of Saturn Kronos became a personification of this paradox, creator and destroyer intertwined. His cult demanded respect through rituals that highlighted sacrifice, sometimes literal, sometimes symbolic. Over time, these practices influenced nearby cultures, blending with local beliefs to form a complex tapestry of worship. In the Middle East, for example, echoes of Saturn's myth are found in Zoroastrianism and later Abrahamic traditions, though heavily masked. Understanding Saturn means peering beneath layers of history to find the raw fears and hopes of humanity, wrapped in myth. This is the key to unlocking the Black Cube's mystery, an ancient symbol encoding time's harsh truths. Phoenician traders, known for their vast networks across the Mediterranean, carried Saturn's cult far and wide. Their secretive rituals often involve the Black Cube, which some scholars believe represented a cosmic prison or a divine container. This idea is chilling. The cube as a cage, not just for physical objects, but for spiritual forces or knowledge. Too dangerous for humans. It's no coincidence the Black Cube appears in many cultures, sacred spaces from the Kaaba in Mecca to Jewish mystical traditions. These connections hint at a shared understanding of Saturn's power that transcended geography and religion. The Phoenicians' influence spread Saturn's symbolism into emerging civilizations, embedding it in art, architecture, and even early alchemy. Their blend of commerce and mysticism helped the cult evolve, making Saturn less of a fearful god and more of a hidden architect behind reality's rules. Today, when you see a black cube or a six-sided shape, you're glimpsing a fragment of this ancient web of beliefs. As the Roman Empire rose, Saturn's cult shifted from shadowy sacrifice to public festival, but the core symbolism remained. The Saturnalia was a time of chaos turned order. Slaves feasted, roles reversed, and social norms relaxed only to snap back under Saturn's stern gaze. The black cube persisted in subtle ways, carved into temples and monuments, a silent reminder of the god's authority. While modern eyes might miss these details, ancient worshippers saw them as vital links to cosmic balance. This balance was not gentle, it demanded respect for limits and the inevitability of death. The Romans knew that beneath their grand empire lay a primal fear of time's final claim, embodied in Saturn's fear-shaped laws, social order, and even the architecture of their cities, where cubes and squares symbolize stability and control. Even now, walking through old cities, you can feel Saturn's legacy beneath your feet, guiding the invisible rules that keep society ticking. Transitioning from ancient Rome to today, Saturn's symbolism didn't vanish. It transformed. The black cube became a subtle icon, reappearing in unexpected places, modern art, corporate logos, and sacred sites. Unlike the overt worship of old, this was a silent language, understood only by initiates and the elite. Architects incorporated cubes and hexagons into buildings, referencing the planet Saturn and its rings, hinting at cosmic control. In Middle Eastern sacred sites, the cube's shape inspired key religious structures, such as the Kaaba, the holiest site in Islam. This continuity is more than coincidence, suggests a hidden thread linking ancient beliefs to modern spiritual and political power. The black cube became a symbol of hidden control, an emblem of the forces shaping reality from behind the scenes. Recognizing this link helps decode the modern world's mysteries, revealing the unseen hand of time and power. The black cube's presence in religious and secular contexts suggests a deep, complex symbolism tied to Saturn's dual nature. It represents both the physical world's structure, the four walls, and foundation into the spiritual cage that binds consciousness. This duality is key to understanding the cube's power as a symbol. It's both a prison and a throne. Ancient rituals using the cube aim to harness this paradox, seeking balance between freedom and limitation. This struggle is reflected in modern life, where technology connects us instantly, yet traps us in cycles of distraction. Saturn's ancient lesson endures: respect time or be consumed by it. As we explore the cube's history, we uncover a hidden dialogue between past and present, where ancient fears and hopes shape our daily reality. This knowledge, rare and powerful, offers a new lens to view the invisible forces governing us. The mythic Saturn's legacy is woven through history, influencing religions, cultures, and societies in ways we're only beginning to grasp. His figure is a reminder that time is both creator and destroyer, shaping destiny with an indifferent hand. The black cube, as his symbol, holds secrets beyond its simple shape, a cipher for cosmic order and human limitation. For those willing to look closer, Saturn's story challenges the comforting narratives we tell ourselves about progress and control. Instead, it invites us to confront the uncomfortable truths of existence, impermanence, sacrifice, and the unseen power behind time's passage. The ancient god still watches, his shadow cast long across millennia, urging us to seek wisdom hidden in plain sight. To truly understand Saturn and his black cube, one must look beyond surface history into the heart of ancient fear and cosmic order. The rituals, myths, and symbols tied to him reveal a deep human struggle with mortality and control. These lessons resonate today, especially in a world obsessed with speed and power, yet trapped in invisible cycles. Recognizing Saturn's influence means waking up to the deeper rhythms shaping life and society. It means seeing the black cube not just as a relic, but as a living symbol of forces still active around us. This journey into the ancient cult's origins is only the beginning, a gateway to unraveling mysteries buried under time's relentless march. The mystery of the black cube. The black cube is everywhere, yet almost invisible in plain sight. Take Mecca, for example. The Kaaba, a solid black cube, stands as the center of Islamic worship. But why a cube? The shape, simple yet profound, carries meanings that stretch far beyond religion. It represents stability, order, and an unyielding force. The cube's sharp edges and equal sides make it a symbol of confinement and control, like a cosmic lockbox hiding ancient secrets. Ancient mystics whispered that the cube is a portal, a gateway to unseen dimensions. It's no coincidence this shape appears in other cultures and traditions around the world, often tied to powerful spiritual forces. Jewish mysticism especially. Kabbalah assigns deep meaning to geometric shapes, with the cube symbolizing the material world's foundation. It's a physical structure, but also a spiritual prison, keeping the divine spark contained. This dual symbolism echoes the idea of balance between earthly limitation and spiritual potential. The cube becomes a paradox, both a protector and a cage. Modern observers rarely grasp these layers, seeing only a black shape, missing the intense symbolism embedded for millennia. The cube is a silent teacher, demanding respect for boundaries while hinting at hidden powers beyond. The black cube symbolism also permeates modern architecture and art. Skyscrapers rise in perfect cubes or rectangular prisms, reflecting order and control in urban landscapes. Artists and designers sometimes embed the cube to evoke stability, but also to remind viewers of the invisible structures shaping society. Some occultists argue these cubes link back to Saturn, the god of boundaries and time. The cube, in this sense, is not just a physical object, but a representation of cosmic rules that govern existence. It's like a fingerprint left by ancient forces still active today, shaping reality in ways most never perceive. In occult traditions, cube often represents confinement, whether of spirits, knowledge, or cosmic power. Some schools of thought see it as a prison built to contain dangerous forces. This ties back to the ancient belief that Saturn's black cube was a cage holding something immense and terrifying. The cube's 6 faces symbolize control over all directions: up, down, left, right, front, and back, enclosing everything inside. This concept resonates in rituals, where the cube acts as a symbol of ultimate authority, limiting freedom while promising stability. The idea that this shape carries such weight makes it a compelling mystery, urging us to look deeper at its appearances. Around us, surprisingly, the black cube isn't just a relic of the past. It appears in some of the world's most sacred places and powerful institutions. The Kaaba itself is draped in a black cloth embroidered with gold, emphasizing mystery and reverence. In Jewish synagogues, cube-like shapes appear in architectural elements and religious art, echoing themes of containment and sacred order. Even in Western culture, the black cube pops up in corporate logos and media, often unnoticed. These appearances hint at a shared, ancient language of symbols, a silent agreement between spiritual, political, and cultural powers to use the cube. As a sign of control and cosmic balance, The connection between Saturn and the black cube deepens when considering Saturn's rings. The planet's famous hexagonal six-sided storm at its north pole mirrors the cube's faces. This geometric echo suggests a cosmic pattern repeated from the smallest symbols to planetary phenomena. Occultists see this as evidence Saturn is not just a god or planet, but a source of a hidden energetic matrix influencing reality. The cube then becomes a symbol of this cosmic cage, a geometric seal keeping humanity tethered to certain limits. Understanding this link requires stepping beyond conventional science into realms where symbolism and energy converge. Historical rituals around the black cube often involved controlling forces beyond human reach. Priests and mystics performed rites to appease Saturn or harness the cube's power, believing it to be a key to cosmic secrets. These rituals sometimes included fasting, chanting, or symbolic offerings inside cube-shaped chambers or enclosures. The cube in these settings was both altar and prison, a place where humans sought to negotiate with divine order. This ancient relationship between shape, space, and spirit reveals a deep human need to understand and manipulate the unseen structures of existence. The cube was a tool, a symbol, and a warning all at once. Even today, the black cube's symbolic power influences modern culture, subtly but persistently. Whether in minimalist art or the shape of urban monoliths, the cube's presence reminds us of boundaries, physical, mental, and spiritual. It challenges the illusion of freedom by hinting at invisible cages shaped by time, society, and cosmic laws. For those awake to its meaning, the black cube is a map of hidden control, urging questions about who holds the keys and why. Its persistent recurrence suggests that the ancient power it represents remains alive, guiding or imprisoning humanity depending on how the symbol is used. The cube's power lies in its simplicity and universality. 4 walls, 6 faces, equal sides, geometry that speaks without words. It's a shape children build with blocks, but also a shape that ancient kings feared and revered. This paradox makes the cube a perfect symbol for Saturn's harsh lessons about limits, sacrifice, and cosmic order. The black cube is not just an object. It is a mirror reflecting humanity's deepest fears and desires. Encountering it invites us to question what freedom really means and what unseen forces shape our lives as we continue exploring. The black cube emerges not just as a static symbol, but as a living force woven into the fabric of history, culture, and even planetary phenomena. Its appearances connect rituals, religions, and power structures across time and space. Understanding its mystery is not just about uncovering an ancient symbol, but about awakening to the unseen forces shaping reality. The black cube challenges us to look beyond surface appearances and question the invisible cages we might be living inside. And as the story unfolds, we'll see how this shape connects directly to the prison of consciousness itself. Asterisk. The matrix of Saturn, prison of consciousness. Saturn's influence goes beyond mythology and symbols. It's said to reach deep into the fabric of reality itself. Ancient and modern thinkers alike have suggested that Saturn emits frequencies, vibrations that shape not just matter, but consciousness. Imagine living inside a giant invisible web spun by a god who controls time and perception. This Saturn matrix traps human awareness, keeping minds locked in repetitive cycles, much like a prison with no walls, but with unbreakable bars made of vibration. The planet's famous rings aren't just pretty sights. Some believe they act like a transmitter, sending these frequencies across space. Ancient rituals, prayers, and sacrifices aimed at appeasing or manipulating these forces. Hoping to gain glimpses beyond the cage, the idea sounds like science fiction, yet many cultures hint at a cosmic jailer who keeps souls tethered to a limited reality. This explains the sensation of déjà vu, the feeling of being stuck in time loops, subtle signs of Saturn's grip. The prison of consciousness isn't just spiritual metaphor, it's a theory with roots in occult philosophy. Saturn is called the Lord of Karma because it represents restriction and consequences. The frequencies it supposedly emits create boundaries for thought and experience, reinforcing social and mental conditioning. This matrix controls how humans perceive freedom and time, limiting awareness to prevent escape. It's like a radio station broadcasting only one channel, trapping listeners in a narrow reality. Ancient mystics tried to break free through meditation, ritual, and altered states, seeking to pierce the veil of Saturn's control. Yet, the god's grip is strong, tightening with every generation as technology adds new layers to the matrix. Understanding this matrix offers a path to reclaiming consciousness, but it demands courage to face the uncomfortable truth of invisible chains. Saturn's rings are a visible metaphor for this invisible cage. The hexagonal storm at Saturn's pole unique in the solar system resembles a perfect geometric lock. This six-sided shape suggests an energetic structure designed to hold or transmit frequencies. Some researchers speculate that this storm isn't natural but engineered, a cosmic device maintaining the prison's walls. The rings themselves, composed of ice and rock, might act as antennas, channeling energies that influence Earth and human minds. Ancient civilizations seem to have understood this connection, embedding it into their architecture and myths. This planetary geometry mirrors the black cube symbol, both speak of confinement, control, and the boundaries of perception. Exploring this cosmic design takes us closer to understanding how deep Saturn's influence truly runs. Human consciousness feels the pressure of this matrix in subtle, daily ways. The relentless pace of modern life, the addictive pull of technology, and the endless distractions all serve to keep minds occupied and trapped. Like a hamster wheel powered by Saturn's frequencies, we run faster but get nowhere. This constant stimulation dulls spiritual insight and prevents breaking free from programmed cycles. The prison isn't a physical cell, but a mental one, reinforced by societal norms and invisible forces. Recognizing this is the first step toward liberation. By learning about Saturn's matrix, individuals gain tools to spot the manipulation and reclaim their mental freedom. Ancient wisdom offers methods, rituals, meditation, and symbolism that help crack the cage open, inviting seekers into a higher awareness. This matrix theory also explains why time often feels elastic or disjointed. Moments stretch or compress. Memories loop, and history seems to repeat itself endlessly. Saturn's grip distorts the human experience of time, trapping souls in cycles of karma and lessons not fully learned. This creates a sense of déjà vu, repetition, and frustration with life's seeming futility. The black cube symbol, with its unyielding edges, represents this rigid temporal prison. Understanding this offers not only insight but a tool for breaking the cycle. By recognizing the patterns Saturn imposes, individuals can begin to alter their perception of time and escape the matrix's tight weave. The journey out of Saturn's prison is a path toward freedom, but it requires courage to face the shadows within. The ancient rituals performed in Saturn's honor often involved symbolism of breaking or bending the cage. Sacrifices, chants, and meditations aim to appease the god and gain passage beyond his prison. In some cultures, initiates entered dark, cube-shaped chambers to symbolically confront the god of time. These rituals were more than superstitions. They were attempts to hack the matrix, to break the frequencies holding human consciousness captive. Today, modern seekers use meditation, psychedelics, and esoteric knowledge to achieve similar aims. The timeless struggle to escape Saturn's prison is encoded in these practices, offering a blueprint for freedom. Understanding the matrix means recognizing both its power and the keys ancient wisdom provides to unlock the doors. Saturn's influence on human society extends to systems of control. Governments, religions, and corporations often unwittingly reinforce the matrix. Rules, schedules, and hierarchies keep people obedient and distracted. This mirrors the god's role as judge and enforcer, keeping order through limitation. The matrix shapes not only individual consciousness, but the collective, embedding cycles of fear, obedience, and repetition into culture. Recognizing this collective programming is vital for breaking free. The black cube symbolism in these institutions acts as a constant reminder of the invisible cage. To transcend the matrix, society must question not only external power, but internal submission to Saturn's law. The theory of Saturn's matrix also connects with modern conspiracy ideas. Claims that a hidden elite uses Saturn's symbolism and frequencies to maintain control over humanity. Whether one believes in shadow governments or cosmic forces, the black cube's recurrence suggests a deeper narrative. This hidden structure manipulates perception, feeding illusions of freedom while tightening invisible chains. The matrix isn't just myth, it's a lived reality for many, an energetic cage that shapes thoughts, fears, and desires. Understanding this forces us to reconsider what reality truly means. Are we free or prisoners inside Saturn's cosmic trap? This question drives the search for truth beyond appearances. The prison of consciousness invites us to explore the limits of human potential. If Saturn's matrix shapes our perception, then breaking free means expanding awareness beyond those limits. Ancient wisdom teaches that the key lies within through meditation, ritual, and self-knowledge. Recognizing the matrix's influence is empowering, turning fear into curiosity and submission into rebellion. This journey isn't easy. Saturn demands respect and patience, but it promises liberation from cycles of control. Black cube and Saturn's rings become symbols of this challenge, reminders of the struggle to reclaim true freedom. Those who dare to look deeper find rare knowledge that changes how they experience time, reality, and themselves. The matrix of Saturn is a story without an ending, an ongoing challenge between confinement and freedom. Its influence permeates history, culture, and consciousness, shaping our lives in ways both seen and unseen. Understanding it offers a glimpse into hidden forces that govern existence, but also a chance to rewrite the narrative. The black cube isn't just a symbol of prison, it's a map of escape routes for those willing to search. As we continue this journey, the mysteries deepen and the stakes rise. What awaits beyond Saturn's cage? That's the question every seeker must face, and the adventure only begins here. NASA, Saturn, and the ignored signals. Saturn has long fascinated astronomers. But recent images from NASA's probes reveal something truly strange. The planet's north pole hosts a mysterious hexagonal storm. This six-sided shape, unlike anything else in the solar system, looks almost too perfect to be natural. Some scientists believe it's a unique atmospheric phenomenon, yet others wonder if there's more to the story. Could this hexagon be an artificial structure or a cosmic sign left by an unknown intelligence? The imagery keeps raising questions NASA doesn't fully answer, fueling speculation about hidden truths. What if this shape isn't just weather, but a signal or device linked to Saturn's supposed control over consciousness? The lack of clear explanation makes it all the more intriguing and suspicious. NASA's Cassini mission provided breathtaking photos and data, capturing the hexagon's swirling storms and Saturn's glowing rings. But many anomalies in these images were glossed over or dismissed by mainstream science. Some researchers highlight strange energy readings and unusual electromagnetic waves coming from the region. These ignored signals might suggest a powerful force at work, possibly tied to the black cube symbolism or ancient cosmic control myths. It's as if Saturn's mysteries are being recorded but buried under layers of official silence. Though gaps in NASA's explanations create fertile ground for alternative theories, drawing curious minds toward a bigger cosmic puzzle. The hexagon's geometry is central to this mystery. A natural storm might be expected to form circular or irregular patterns, but a perfect hexagon. This shape hints at something engineered or governed by strict cosmic laws. Its six sides mirror the black cube's faces, reinforcing symbolic connections between Saturn's physical and metaphysical aspects. Occult traditions teach that geometry is a language of the universe, and here it appears written across a planetary storm. Could this hexagon be a cosmic beacon or a containment field? The idea challenges modern science and invites us to question what we really know about space and planetary phenomena. Historical observations of Saturn didn't reveal this hexagon until the late 20th century, suggesting either a new formation or previously unnoticed detail. The sudden appearance raises eyebrows. Was it always there, hidden from view, or did it emerge due to cosmic changes? Some speculate that its timing correlates with shifts in Earth's own consciousness and technological advances. The theory suggests a link between Saturn's activity and human awareness, with the hexagon acting as a kind of cosmic transmitter or receiver. This connection would explain why the black cube symbol resonates so deeply across cultures. Both are expressions of a hidden cosmic architecture influencing reality. The idea that NASA might be ignoring or downplaying these signals feeds into a larger narrative of censorship and hidden knowledge. Space agencies operate under political and economic pressures, and revelations about Saturn's anomalies could challenge accepted scientific paradigms. This gap between what's observed and what's explained leaves room for speculation about cover-ups or undisclosed information. If Saturn's hexagon is more than a weather pattern, what else might be concealed about this planet? The silence from official sources invites us to look closer and question the narratives presented as facts. The connection between Saturn's hexagon and ancient mythology is another fascinating angle. Many ancient cultures saw Saturn as a gatekeeper, or cosmic jailer, a force controlling time and fate. The hexagon's geometric perfection might symbolize the god's unyielding grip, his prison walls visible from space. This celestial feature could be a modern echo of ancient beliefs, and natural structure mirroring spiritual truths. The alignment between myth and observation suggests that humanity's stories about Saturn are more than metaphor. They could be encoded knowledge about real cosmic phenomena. Saturn's role as a cosmic prison ties into modern conspiracy theories about control and manipulation. Some suggest that the hexagon functions like a giant transmitter, broadcasting frequencies that reinforce the matrix, keeping human consciousness locked in cycles. This theory blends astronomy, spirituality, and politics, proposing that Saturn's mysteries aren't just scientific puzzles, but keys to understanding reality itself. The hexagon becomes a symbol of hidden power, a cosmic lock that humanity must learn to decode if it wants to break free. This idea pushes the boundaries of what we consider possible in space and consciousness studies. The data from NASA and other space missions also hint at technological anomalies in usual energy spikes, strange magnetic fields, and unexplained patterns. While mainstream science seeks natural explanations, alternative thinkers propose that advanced technology, ancient or alien, might be at play. Could Saturn be more than a planet, cosmic machine, control center for a system influencing Earth and beyond? The hexagon might be the tip of this iceberg, a visible sign of something far larger hidden beneath Saturn's icy rings. These possibilities stretch our imagination but fit the growing body of unexplained data, whether natural or artificial. The hexagon at Saturn's pole is a reminder that the universe holds mysteries beyond easy understanding. It challenges our perception of reality and forces us to consider hidden dimensions of control and influence. NASA's ignored signals are invitations to keep questioning and exploring. Saturn's secrets are not just about a distant world, but about the very nature of existence and consciousness. As we move forward, this cosmic puzzle urges us to stay curious and open to knowledge that shakes the foundations of what we believe to be true. The black cube and collective mind control. The black cube isn't just an abstract symbol, it's everywhere around us, hidden in plain sight. Think about logos, brands, and media images popping up on billboards, products, and corporate designs. This cube, simple, sharp, unyielding, represents control, obedience, and confinement, echoing the cosmic prison Saturn supposedly governs. It's like a silent message drilled into the collective subconscious, shaping behavior and perception without most people realizing it. Authors like David Icke and Jordan Maxwell have pointed out that this isn't coincidence, but a deliberate imprint by unseen powers. The black cube acts like a branding stamp of dominance. It's an icon of submission wrapped in sleek minimalism. Corporations use the cube's geometry because it conveys stability and order qualities useful for control. But beneath that surface lies a deeper, more insidious meaning. The cube restricts thought and creativity, boxing people into rigid frameworks. It's a visual metaphor, for the mental and spiritual cages we live inside, reinforced by social and cultural conditioning. The cube's repetition in advertising and entertainment becomes a psychological trigger, conditioning acceptance of limits and compliance. This silent programming is subtle but powerful, shaping desires and fears, nudging society toward uniformity. The black cube quietly whispers, "Stay inside the lines." In spiritual and occult circles, the cube is often linked to Saturn's energy, the planet of limitation, judgment, and structure. The cube's 6 equal faces mirror Saturn's hexagonal storm, symbolizing confinement in all directions. This sacred geometry appears in rituals designed to bind or free, depending on the intention. When used for control, it becomes a tool of mental imprisonment. When wielded consciously, it's a gateway to understanding boundaries and breaking them. The black cube's dual nature reflects humanity's struggle between submission and liberation. Recognizing this symbol's power is the first step toward breaking its hold. Media plays a huge role in amplifying this control. Movies, music videos, and fashion often incorporate black cubes or similar shapes to subtly normalize the symbol. This repeated exposure desensitizes viewers, embedding acceptance of control structures into culture. It's like a slow drip of conditioning, wearing down resistance over time. The black cube becomes a familiar shape, losing its ominous edge and blending into everyday life. This phenomenon makes the symbol more dangerous. It turns a warning sign into background noise. Awareness helps peel back this veil, revealing the manipulations behind the scenes. Even religious institutions carry echoes of the black cube's symbolism. The Kaaba in Mecca, for example, is a black cube that millions circle in pilgrimage, a powerful symbol of unity, faith, and cosmic order. But occult interpretations suggest it also represents the same Saturnian prison, transformed into a sacred ritual site. This dual meaning highlights how symbols evolve, carrying layered messages that both bind and liberate. Understanding this helps seekers navigate the complex interplay between culture, belief, and control. It's not about fear, but about seeing. Clearly, the force is shaping collective consciousness. The black cube's presence in architecture is another clue. Monuments and buildings often feature cube shapes or hexagonal patterns, embedding Saturn's energy into the very fabric of our cities. These silent guardians of control stand watch over daily life, influencing moods and behavior through subtle energetic cues. Walking past a towering cube-shaped monument, few stop to question its meaning. Yet these structures reinforce the matrix's grip by shaping environments that feel orderly but restrictive. Recognizing these influences allows people to reclaim their spaces. It's transforming environments into places of freedom instead of confinement. Corporate logos like Microsoft's Foursquare or IBM's Block lettering carry echoes of the cube's symbolism. These brands dominate markets and influence billions, subtly reinforcing the collective mental cage. Even tech devices' black rectangles and cubes become extensions of this symbolism. Tools that shape human behavior and perception. The black cube isn't just a shape, it's an energetic pattern that channels control into daily life. Understanding this pattern empowers users to resist passive consumption and reclaim autonomy over their minds. Awareness turns symbols from prison bars into keys. Authors and researchers describe this collective mind control as an energetic matrix, maintained by symbols like the black cube. This matrix restricts thoughts, emotions, and spiritual growth, keeping humanity locked in cycles of fear and obedience. Breaking free means seeing through these illusions and recognizing the subtle programming at work. Symbols aren't inherently evil, but when used unconsciously, they become chains. The black cube represents this tension, standing at the crossroads between submission and awakening. Realizing its presence is a call to action, a chance to rewrite our mental scripts, despite its dark associations. The black cube can be reclaimed as a symbol of empowerment. By understanding its origins and uses, individuals can consciously work with its energy to build boundaries, focus intentions, and protect mental space. Rituals and meditations involving cube imagery can help people master their inner prisons and break free from external controls. This transformation flips the script. What once limited becomes a tool for liberation. The black cube becomes a teacher, showing the way out of the Matrix's grip. This subtle alchemy turns fear into freedom. The black cube's omnipresence invites us to question what we accept as normal and who sets those boundaries. It challenges us to see beyond appearances and recognize the invisible hands shaping society and consciousness. This symbol acts as a mirror, reflecting the control systems we live within and the potential to transcend them. As this awareness spreads, it sparks a collective awakening, a shift from passive obedience to active freedom. Saturn's matrix continues, but each step away from the cube's shadow is a step toward light. Presence of the black cube in world capitals. The black cube's presence in major cities around the globe isn't accidental. Walk through New York, Berlin, or Copenhagen, and you'll find sculptures, monuments, and architectural details shaped like cubes or hexagons. These aren't mere design choices. They're subtle statements of power and control embedded in the urban landscape. It's like the elites quietly honor Saturn's symbolism in plain sight, reinforcing the cosmic prison we live within. These monuments stand as silent sentinels, reminding us of unseen forces shaping society. The repetition of cube shapes in capitals hints at a shared secret language of dominance and order. In New York's financial district, the black cube motif appears repeatedly from building facades to public art installations. These geometric forms project stability and authority, but also signal confinement and restriction. The cube's sharp edges contrast with the chaotic energy of the city, offering an illusion of control amidst the chaos. It's a visual metaphor for the economic and social systems that keep populations locked in cycles of work, debt, and consumption. By embedding these symbols in public spaces, power structures communicate their unyielding presence without saying a word. Berlin offers another example, where the cube's influence seeps into monuments dedicated to remembrance and power. The geometric simplicity of these structures hides complex meanings related to control, history, and time. Some historians argue these cubes echo Saturn's role as the god of time and judgment, monuments that mark the passing of eras and the imposition of order. The black cube becomes a symbol of collective memory, but also of collective submission. Walking among these structures, people unknowingly participate in rituals reinforcing societal programming. In Copenhagen, the cube appears in modern architecture, in public art, blending seamlessly with Scandinavian minimalism. This clean, sharp aesthetic masks a deeper, energetic imprint, Turnian limitation, dressed as elegance. These urban cubes act as nodes of energetic control, grounding the Matrix's influence in everyday life. The connection between ancient symbolism and modern design illustrates how deeply the black cube's energy has permeated human culture. It's a silent language of power written in stone and steel, commanding respect and obedience. Many capitals worldwide share this architectural motif, suggesting a coordinated embrace of Saturn's symbolism. Whether in plazas, government buildings, or corporate headquarters, the cube's presence is unmistakable. These structures form an invisible network, a physical manifestation of the mental and spiritual cages described earlier. They map the matrix onto the Earth itself, transforming cities into prisons disguised as homes. This omnipresence is a constant reminder that the black cube isn't just a symbol, it's a system embedded in the world we inhabit. The elites' embrace of the black cube symbolism ties into their role as gatekeepers of power and control. By aligning themselves with Saturn's energy, they reinforce societal hierarchies and cycles of obedience. Public displays of the cube send a message of dominance to the masses, a quiet warning to conform. Yet this open secret also offers an opportunity. By recognizing the symbolism, people can start to dismantle the power structures it represents. Awareness becomes a tool for liberation, turning monuments of control into catalysts for awakening. Interestingly, some of these cubes serve dual purposes, both as symbols of control and as protective talismans. In occult traditions, the cube can be a powerful container for energy, either trapping or protecting it. This duality reflects the complexity of the black cube's presence in cities. It's a reminder that symbols aren't one-dimensional but layered with meaning. The same structure that confines can also shield, depending on who holds the key. Understanding this complexity offers new ways to engage with the urban environment consciously. Public art featuring the cube often invites interaction, subtly involving the population in rituals of acceptance. People gather, take photos, and unknowingly participate in reinforcing the matrix's energy. This participation strengthens the black cube's hold, weaving individual consciousness into collective programming. The line between control and consent blurs, illustrating how power operates through participation rather than force alone. Recognizing this dynamic is crucial for anyone seeking to break free from the matrix's grip. The black cube's presence in capitals also intersects with global events and gatherings. International summits, financial meetings, and secretive elite conferences often occur near or within cube-shaped buildings. These events symbolize the consolidation of power and the perpetuation of control systems. The physical space reflects the energetic intent structures designed to focus and amplify Saturnian influence. The global nature of these cubes suggests a coordinated effort to maintain the matrix on a planetary scale, reminding us that the struggle isn't just local, but cosmic. Finally, the black cube's infiltration of world capitals invites reflection on our relationship with power and space. These cubes aren't just monuments, they're energetic signposts, guiding and shaping collective consciousness. Understanding their meaning encourages us to question who designs our cities and why. It calls on us to reclaim urban spaces, transforming symbols of control into places of freedom and creativity. The journey through Saturn's matrix deepens. Here, as we confront the very places we live, work, and dream. The black cube? Reality or metaphor? The black cube, what is it really? A tangible object, a symbol, or something in between? This question has stirred debates across history, philosophy, and conspiracy circles. On one hand, the cube appears everywhere as a physical shape, monuments, rituals, sacred sites. On the other, it's a metaphor for restriction, control, and the invisible boundaries shaping our minds and societies. The truth might be that the black cube operates on multiple levels, both as a literal artifact and a symbol loaded with meaning. It's a shape that contains mystery. It's inviting us to question what lies beneath appearances. Considering the black cube literally, some argue it's connected to ancient technologies or cosmic forces beyond our understanding. The presence of cube-like structures in places like Mecca's Kaaba or monuments around the world suggests more than mere coincidence. Could it be a relic of a forgotten civilization or an energy device designed to influence consciousness? Hexagonal storm on Saturn adds fuel to this idea, tying physical phenomena to symbolic forms. If so, the cube becomes a bridge between the cosmic and the earthly, a physical marker of unseen power. Yet the black cube's metaphorical power is equally compelling, stands for limits mental, social, and spiritual. Much like a box, it defines borders that contain and confine. The cube represents the systems and beliefs that shape reality, the walls society builds around acceptable thought and behavior. When people live inside this metaphorical cube, their view of the world is narrowed, filtered, and controlled. Understanding the cube as metaphor means recognizing how culture, education, and media shape perceptions and keep individuals locked in cycles of conformity. This duality of the cube makes it a powerful tool for awakening. To some, it's a prison. To others, a challenge to break free. Recognizing the cube's presence encourages questioning about reality, control, and freedom. The cube becomes a mirror, reflecting not just the external world, but our internal limitations. It invites introspection. Where are the cubes in your own life? What beliefs or fears keep you boxed in? This personal reflection opens doors to transformation, turning a symbol of oppression into a catalyst for liberation. The cube also invites a deeper look into cultural and spiritual beliefs. For example, in Kabbalah and sacred geometry, the cube represents stability, earth, and manifestation. It's the physical grounding point in a universe of change. This interpretation suggests the cube isn't purely negative, but a balance between structure and freedom. The challenge is not to reject the cube, but to master it, choosing its form to build solid foundations while transcending limits. This nuanced view enriches our understanding of how symbols operate on many planes at once, in pop culture and modern spirituality. The black cube often appears as a symbol of conspiracy and control, but also of hidden knowledge and power. Films, books, and art use it to evoke mystery and authority. This layering of meanings reflects society's ambivalence toward control structures, fear, fascination, and desire for freedom, all intertwined. The black cube becomes a focal point for stories about power, rebellion, and enlightenment. Engaging with this symbol allows us to tap into deep archetypes shaping collective consciousness. Philosophically, the black cube questions the nature of reality itself. What if the world we see is a constructed cube of perception, shaped by forces beyond our senses? Some thinkers suggest our reality is a kind of programmed simulation. The cube represents the boundaries of the virtual cage. This idea echoes ancient myths and modern theories alike, blurring lines between science, spirituality, and imagination. The black cube invites us to question the solidity of the world and our place within it, sparking curiosity and courage to explore beyond. On a practical level, engaging with the black cube symbol can be transformative. Visualization, meditation, or ritual work, focusing on the cube helps people identify and dismantle limiting patterns. The act of mentally opening. The cube symbolizes breaking free from societal programming and personal fears. This process fosters empowerment and creativity, enabling individuals to redesign their reality from the inside out. The cube shifts from a symbol of control into a tool for conscious creation, embodying the journey from confinement to freedom. Ultimately, whether the black cube is real or metaphorical might not be the most important question. What matters is how it influences us and what we do with that knowledge. It's a symbol of hidden power and potential, a puzzle inviting us to awaken to deeper realities. By recognizing the cube's presence in the world and within ourselves, we gain a rare key to understanding control, freedom, and transformation. The journey continues as the cube's mystery unfolds layer by layer, calling us toward higher awareness. So, is the black cube a prison or a gateway? The answer depends on how deeply we're willing to look and how courageously we choose to step beyond the visible. The cube challenges us to question everything we take for granted about reality, power, and ourselves. It invites us into a world where nothing is quite as it seems and where knowledge is the first step toward true freedom. This exploration leads us onward deeper into Saturn's mysteries and the invisible forces shaping our lives. We've journeyed through ancient temples, cosmic mysteries, and the very streets of modern cities, all tied together by one powerful symbol, the black cube of Saturn. But knowledge alone isn't enough. The real power comes when you apply this awareness to your life, questioning the invisible limits placed on your mind, and breaking free from unseen cages. Are you ready to challenge the reality you've been handed? To look beyond the surface and reclaim your freedom? Think about the symbols around you, the logos, monuments, even the spaces you inhabit. What messages are they sending? What boundaries do they silently enforce? The black cube invites you to reflect. Are you living inside a cage shaped by unseen forces? Or are you stepping outside, rewriting the rules? This journey is ongoing, and the next step is yours. If this peek behind the curtain sparked your curiosity, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. More hidden truths and rare knowledge await, knowledge that can change how you see the world and yourself. Stay vigilant, stay curious, and remember, sometimes the most invisible things hold the most power.